Issues. Okay, this is my audience right here.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. Okay. All right. Thank you everyone for being here. My name is Regina Thomas, and today I'm going to give you a little information. First of all, I want to start off by asking you a few questions. Would you ever drive blindfolded in your car?
No.
Yes.
You're an idiot.
Okay. No one said, yeah, that's a good answer. It gives me a little comfort to know that. All right, suppose that someone just magically put a blindfold on you for 5 seconds when you were driving. How do you think you would react? Just think about that. What if it was only for 10 seconds? Just imagine 10 seconds not be able to see what's in front of you, what kind of reactions that you need to have. Well, that's no different than someone taking their eyes off the road when they're texting and driving. And I'm sure that, you know, with today's technology, all of you are familiar with texting. Today's on the National Safety Council did a survey, and 28% of car accidents are caused by texting or talking while driving. That's 28%. The Department of Transportation did a study on cell phones that's involved in, the accidents involved is 1.6 million accidents per year, and causing half of those were injuries and 6,000 deaths. Today, the laws that are in effect are not tough enough on the eyes. The eyes are either on a screen or on the road. Let me go back and correct it. Most people's eyes should be on the roads, but unfortunately, some of them are on a screen. Some studies have suggested that texting or talking on a phone while driving is worse than driving under the influence of alcohol. Because when you're texting and driving, your mind is actually preoccupied, where in drinking and driving, your mind is just altered. So you're actually still looking, but when you're texting and driving, the eyes are actually taking away from the road. All right, first I want to go over the statistics of the accidents associated with texting and driving. Second, I'm going to try to persuade you about the laws that are in effect at this time, that their penalties for texting and driving are not reasonable enough to keep drivers from texting. And third, I'm going to prove to you that tougher laws can deter texting and can save lives. It is proving that texting while driving does cause accidents. Now let's take a look at the statistics on accidents involving texting and driving. Accidents are actually on the rise and not the decline. And what do you think the highest age group for texting is?
Teenagers.
You think teenagers? Your age. Well, I would have thought that too until I actually did research on this. The age group is actually from 33 to 39 years of age. It's the highest that causes the fatalities while texting and driving. In your age, it's only 16%, whereas in the group of 30 to 39, it is 23%. You would think at that age they'd be more responsible. And you know, everybody's always giving the teenagers a bad name because they want to put everything on them. Well, actually, it's not the teenagers. They have some fault in it, but not all. Now, let's discuss some of the laws. Out of all the states, 34 states, the District of Columbia, and Guam have banned texting from driving. And that's according to Virginia cell phone laws. Virginia has defined texting as manually entering letters or text into the device of a means of communicating with another person. It shall be, now the Virginia state laws state, it shall be unlawful for any person to operate a motor vehicle on the highways in the Commonwealth of Virginia while using any handheld personal communication device, which we all know that will be cell phones, correct? You cannot read any email or text messages transmitted to the device or stored within the device. How many of you have done that? And I've done it myself. All right, there's a difference in laws. We have a primary and a secondary. The primary law means that an officer can give you a ticket for an offense that they see that was taken in their place. A secondary law means that an officer can only give a ticket if he has another reason to pull you over. Well, that's what today's texting law encounters. It's a secondary law. They cannot pull anyone over for just texting. You have to have another reason, speeding, any type of traffic violation or vehicle violation. So you had a tail light or something out, or you didn't get a signal or something like that. They can stop you. But other than that, they can't stop you. Your first offense is only $20. And the second offense is $50. There is no points given for this either. So what's the consequences other than having to pay a little bit of money for texting and driving? Other than the possibility that someone's life, your friend's life, your family's life, or someone that you don't even know can be taken. Now let's compare those laws with the DUI laws. The Virginia DUI laws state that for the first offense, you can get up to 5 days minimum if you have a passenger in the vehicle under the age of 18, 5 days if your blood alcohol level is anywhere between 0.15 and 0.20. You get 10 days in jail if the blood alcohol level is 0.20 and above. Your fine will be $250 minimum. And then they add other fines on there if you have passengers in the vehicle or passengers under 18 in the vehicle. And your license will be suspended for 1 year. Now, if we had these type of laws in effect for texting, I grant you that there would be less texting going on. The number of accidents have actually decreased in the past few years. In fact, the number of accidents from texting have not decreased, they've actually increased. And I attribute that to the laws being so, let's have a good way to put this, laxing. I say because the laws are so laxing. And since they changed the laws on drunk driving, the accidents have actually went down on drunk driving. So if we actually take and revert, well, we don't want to reverse it because we want the DUIs to say they are, but if we can get together and have these laws changed, then I grant you that the fatality rate will go down from texting and driving. All right. You know how we have Mothers Against Drunk Driving, the MAD group? Suppose we come up with a group for texting. Anybody have any ideas what we could call it? Just think about it. You know how everybody likes to start a fad, especially at your age? Just imagine what you could do if you started such a fad. You know how strong and powerful MAD is. Just think what you could start with the texting. My idea is I come up with Citizens Against Text Driving, Citizens Against Texting and Driving. It was CATAD. But I wanted to bring you guys in and to see what you all thought, to see if you think of something. But just keep it in the back of your mind because you guys are our future. So, in closing, hold on a minute here. Now, in closing, now that you're aware of the information that I've given you, it's obvious that tougher laws against texting and driving are needed. At this point in law enforcement can only stop you if you have another violation other than the texting. However, DUIs only need probable cause to stop you, such as weaving, crossing, or out of line. This is not